Alright, we're back. Just played a game here. Been playing Skithryx a little bit lately, just in a mono-black mood. It's always fun to revisit this deck. I actually just made one change to it. I kept drawing the Staff of Nin over and over and over again and hating it. So I switched it out for Tainted Pact, which is a card I've been thinking about using for quite some time. And yeah, I haven't drawn it yet, so I can't really evaluate it, but it seems like it would be good. I think the primary reason actually for using it is just in order to fetch swamps, because you really want to hit 3 mana. All the transmute effects are at 3. Bunch of the mana artifacts are, Crucible's there. It's just a lot you want to do at 3 mana, and I get stuck at 2 land all the time. Anyway, so here's my opening draw, and it is clunky to say the least. Dust Bowl, Slaver, got all these expensive, useless spells, and just 2 land. If this was a swamp, I might keep it, just figuring that a fast Skithryx against Darigazz is good, but I am going second, so I elect to throw it away. And I draw this weird draw. Dust Bowl, Monolith, Soul Ring, Power Stone, Liliana, and Contagion. As insane as the mana ramp is here, it's actually kind of a bit of a sketchy keep. But I figured that he has 3 colors, so I probably can use the Dust Bowl, and it might just buy me enough time to get a couple sources of blackout and run the dragon out quickly. Just against these colors, they don't have counters, and they often don't have a way to kill Skithryx, so I'm going to go with it. Both mulligan, and he's going first. Sulphurous Springs. Mindslaver shows up again. It's funny how these other cards are in my hand. Soul Ring. Monolith. Power Stone. Raw. My opponent plays Twilight Mire, and he's tapping 2 mana, and I'm thinking that could be a lot of things. It could be Naturalize, it could be Sylvan Library, which I really hope it isn't. It could be Rampant Growth or Farseek, or I don't know, it could be a bunch of stuff. It turns out it's Abrupt Decay on Worn Power Stone. A very strange play over Soul Ring. I guess they're exactly the same. But if your opponent has copy effects, you want to have them copy Power Stone over Soul Ring. Anyway, I'm not too unhappy about that, but I am unhappy about the absolutely terrible mana situation and drawing Pithing Needle right now. Petal. Weird. Pillage. Alright, well, the gig is up now. I know what I'm up against here. That's why he's playing Darigazz versus some of the other red-black-green commanders. He is playing some sort of LD thing, and I am in deep trouble, having lost both my Soul Rings. Alright, there's a swamp. We do have Contagion at least to defend for a while, and he didn't hit a land drop there. He used a Petal to cast a Stone Rain. And now he naturalizes my tapped Grim Monolith, which I think is an atrocious play. Absolutely horrible. Because there's no reason to do it. I'm 2 mana away from even investing into that thing. And what if I just draw, I don't know, Charcoal Diamond next? Or what if I draw Mana Crypt? There's a million things I could draw that you'd probably rather than Nature's Claim. What if I draw an enchantment like Phyrexian Arena? But I'm not going to draw any of that crap. I'm just going to draw more spells I can't cast. And he tells me that his name is Brian also, but with a Y. That's the mutant spelling. Alright, here we go. Now we're back in it. 3 mana. And he's still stuck at 2. I'm thinking, please, Mr. LD person, do not draw another Stone Rain. He does not have one. This is a really tough call here between casting, well, Praetor's Grasp to go get his Soul Ring, Liliana the Veil to go get, well, just to start discarding and throw away some of this garbage in my hand, or the Charcoal Diamond. But I figure that, I know that stupid, that Lotus Petal, the Lotus Bloom is coming off Suspend next turn, and I'm kind of worried about him casting Darigazz. So, I decide that I'm going to just play Liliana and actually get some value out of this Mindslaver and Pithing Needle and possibly other things I can't cast here. Plus, it kind of is, it's distracting in the sense that if he does in fact have a land kill spell, he's more likely to kind of panic and try to deal with Liliana than he is to chase after my lands. So there's that. He still does not hit a land drop. He casts Cabal Ritual. Random. Icequake. Okay, 2 for 1 yourself again to kill a land. That's obviously an excellent strategy if your opponent never draws a land. I draw him. Kind of sucks to draw that now. But we're just going to discard, throw away the Pithing Needle, and I get rid of Reaping. So, like, Why would he have? I guess he could have cast Reap and Sow with the Ritual mana with Entwine. Might have been better. I don't know. Anyway, I've got that thing out too. Oh, and he draws Mana Crypt. God damn it. 7 mana. What the hell is this going to be? Garrick. God damn it. And 1 fully Acid Moss. Now I am in a huge, huge heap of trouble. I'm going to discard and throw away the Karn. I guess he didn't even have anything else to discard. But I really wanted to just level up Liliana some more so I've got some fuel to kill beasts while we're chilling doing nothing. Sinkhole. Ridiculous. Alright. I have no land in play. That's a pretty good top deck though. Make him sack his beast. All is not quite lost here, but he can cast Darigazz. There it is. And he makes another beast, which is a good play considering I might have an Edict type effect. Actually, well, duh, I do have an Edict effect. It's just Liliana. Okay, come on, baby. There's a swamp. Alright, game on. Praetor's Grasp. Here is what we're up against. Pretty nasty deck, actually. Seeing as how he's got the Mana Crypt, I really, really wish I'd cast Praetor's Grasp earlier. This game would have been so different if I had gone Praetor's Grasp into the Mana Crypt into the Charcoal Diamond the turn that I cast Liliana of the Veil, because he would not have really been able to cast much of consequence, and I would have been able to cast my dragon, and he would not have dropped my Mana Crypt either. So yeah, tons of obnoxious removal spells. Where's the Ravenous Baboons? Should definitely be in here. Lots of removal though, or lots of land destruction. I don't know. This is like not my type of deck ever. Totally random luck-based deck. If your opponent just gets one of those rampy draws, you just automatically lose the game. Does he even have Vandal Blast in here? He doesn't. He's running Mass LD with no Vandal Blast. Anyway, this is a no-brainer. I actually thought that's not true. I thought about getting Crucible of Worlds. Honestly, I thought Crucible of Worlds might be pretty solid, given he's used so much artifact kill already. And if I could just run the Crucible for a few turns just to start getting my lands back, I can actually start eating his lands up, which makes Garrick worse. The problem is that I just don't have the time. So we have to use the Blightwalker, or the Blight Dragon. I'm just going to make him sack a thing here. I'm hoping he sends Darigazz at hoping he sends it at Liliana, actually. So he makes another beast, and he's sending it at me. Kind of interesting. And I actually misread this and thought that it makes your opponent discard rather than makes them take damage. So he actually gets to see my hand, and he pays the mana. I'm thinking, alright, cool. In response to that effect, I can Contagion his guy after he's paid the mana, and that prevents him from maybe playing what he just drew. And I can use Liliana's discard ability. But nope. He redirects it to Liliana, so that was a good play. I could have Contagioned during the attack step to save Liliana there, but anyway, it's not too important. Because he's playing what he drew anyway. Engineered Explosives for 2 to shut off my double black over killing Soul Ring. Kind of an interesting play as well. Liliana. I could cast it. But what would I get? I won't be able to Damnation next turn because he's going to be able to kill the Charcoal Diamond. And that doesn't do anything for me. So, when in doubt, run out Skithryx and hope your opponent forgot what's in your hand. He draws. Plays a land. Alright, that's good. Blows that thing up to kill the Charcoal Diamond. And he sends in the dragon. I could not believe when he did this. I was thinking to myself, man, please attack me. Thank you very much, sir. I cannot believe that he did that. It's insane. After seeing the Contagion, I guess he just didn't know what it did. But yeah, I get to kill this guy. I'm hoping to draw a swamp so badly here, but Cabal Coffers actually kind of works. Alright, we're just going to try to race. And crazily enough, I can regenerate my dragon. So he top decks. I'm hoping he doesn't draw a land here, honestly. But he kind of has to block. Vraska, the Unseen. And obviously, well, maybe the correct play with her is to kill one of these lands. Probably kill the swamp, right? That shuts off all my black mana and I can't regenerate. But nope, he goes to kill Skithryx, committing another huge error. Regenerate. Hits for 6. Alright, come on, baby. Give me a swamp and I just win this game right now. Swamp wins game. Diabolic Edict. Just about the worst thing I could draw right now. Well, it's not the worst, but it's terrible. Alright, so I'm faced with a really, really tough decision. He has 7 mana in play. Enough to cast... He can't cast his blocker, Darigazz. And I can hit him and knock him down to 4, and if he draws anything but a land next turn, pretty much, I mean, maybe he's got 1 or 2 outs that might kill Skithryx, but if he draws another, say, LD spell, the game's over right away. The other option is to send Skithryx at Vraska and Edict, and if he does draw a land, then when he casts Darigazz, I can attack again and regenerate when he blocks and reduce his guy down to 2/2, but that buys him a ton of time, and that's really what I don't want to give him. So I decided to go with the odds, and I just send Skithryx at him, figuring you either draw a land now and get a blocker, which is bad for me but not the end of the world, because I can still just draw another swamp and double regenerate, or you don't and you draw one of your many LD spells or artifact kill spells and you lose the game. So here we go. Land, damn it. So it uses the ability, which is correct, and puts out Darigazz. I'm just going to Edict him right here. There is the issue of the crypt too, which is kind of interesting. And I just cannot draw a swamp. So frustrating. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I just can't. And I can't even cast Liliana. Not that I would anyway. So I can't attack. 1 swamp here, and I've got the game because I can just attack him. He's forced to block with Darigazz. I regenerate once, and Darigazz shrinks to a 2/2. And then I probably just run him over with Skithryx because he can't deal with it, or he can't recast it again. But nope, I gotta just sit back. He wins the flip. And concedes. Out of the blue. I have no idea why, because this game was certainly not over. Maybe he just read me for being able to do something that I couldn't. But either way, I'm happy to record a win here. I think I actually took a look at the next few cards. I wasn't drawing a land next turn, but then the few turns after that were... Actually, I think maybe I was getting a swamp next turn. I'm not sure. Anyway, pretty amazing game. The fact that I was down to almost no permanence in play. I think just a single Dust Bowl against massive land destruction and Darigazz, and was able to actually make it a game, even though I think he still did concede prematurely. It was pretty awesome, and without drawing a swamp beyond 2 the whole game, 21 cards down. Pretty entertaining game, and pretty happy to have won that, although I didn't feel like I completely deserved it. Hope you enjoyed watching it. More to come.